Salute guys, welcome to the Figure 4 TV. Hope all is well. You see I got my lucha mask on because Hulk Hogan, he done did something stupid again. So every time I do a video on Hulk Hogan, I fit to hide my face, y'all. I got to hide my face. And me being a ultra super fan of Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? I don't like Terry Bollea, but the Hulk Hogan character, I understand what it did for pro wrestling. But this man can't seem to stay out of trouble, right? Hulk Hogan is always in something. Who he remind you of? Don't he remind you of the other greats in our society, in our culture, right? Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, right? The great ones, the super great ones, they act retarded. They run around here acting retarded all day. There's something wrong with the super great ones. So y'all check out this intro and we come back, we tackle this topic, guys. This is the photo, guys. And as you can see why it would cause an uproar. But people don't critically think nowadays. Nowadays, people just want to hate Hogan. He been in so many foolish situations, boneheaded situations. People have grown accustomed to rooting against Hulk Hogan now. So now, even if he do something, the slightest of racism, anything like that, of that nature, they're gonna jump down this man's neck. All this is right here, guys, is a picture. And keep in mind, I'm not making no excuse for this man, because 2 months from now, he'll be in something else. He'll be in some other foolishness. But let's deal with the topic and the issue at hand right now. He's been promoting this American beer for this American beer company. He already caught fire. I just did a video where he fired the black girl and he hired the 3 white girls. And you guys gotta understand, Hulk Hogan is just a figurehead, guys. He is not the owner of this beer company. He got to do what the owner of the beer company say. All he doing is marketing. He's using his likability and him being globally known. He's allowing them to use that to sell their brand. So he is not the owner of the brand, guys. Just like this picture. If they have an in-store meet and greet, people could come and meet and greet Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan don't know everybody standing on that line. He don't know them people, guys. He don't know them. They came to take a picture, so he don't know if this man, you know what I mean, hates black people or hates Jews. He don't know. You know what I mean? He don't know that. All he did to do is a job, and it's to promote and market that beer, guys. Now, I know he's a dummy. Why we can't let Hogan off the hook here is because Hogan been known to associate himself with well-known racists, guys. Y'all know Hulk Hogan, he put Dirty Dick Murdoch on to the WWF. When he signed his WWF contract, he got David Schultz and Dirty Dick Murdoch a contract. And at the time, Dirty Dick Murdoch was a well-known racist. So Hulk Hogan got to learn how to keep his own company, the company you keep. You know what I mean? Bad company causes bad morale. And he stayed with some bad company. All right, now let's dig more into Dirty Dick Murdoch, because that was Hogan's boy, and you can learn a lot about a person by who they hang with.
Hoyt Richard Murdoch was an American professional wrestler born in 1946. He was a second-generation superstar, being the stepson of Frankie Hill Murdoch, and also grew up with future wrestling legends Terry and Dory Funk. After starting his wrestling career in 1965 and wrestling in a tag team with Don Carson, he eventually found himself tagging with a man who had become one of the most iconic and influential people in wrestling history, the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, in a tag team called the Texas Outlaws. However, this team did not last long, and after the split, Murdoch would wrestle throughout various territories in the United States, and eventually went to wrestle in Japan, where he would have high-profile matches with All Japan Pro Wrestling founder Giant Baba, and even got to wrestle another one of the all-time greats, Harley Race, for the NWA World Championship. In 1980, he returned to the US and wrestled in the Mid-South Wrestling promotion, where he teamed with the Junkyard Dog. By this time, he had adopted a gimmick similar to that of his real-life persona, a beer-drinking working man, which earned him the nickname Captain Redneck, because, and these are not my words, he, quote, really embodied every attribute of the stereotypical white trash redneck. Considering details that would come out about him years later, it's surprising to see Murdoch willingly teaming with an African-American wrestler, and he and Junkyard Dog even became tag team champions. In 1981, Murdoch returned to Japan for what would be his most successful run, where he would wrestle against legends like Tatsumi Fujinami and even scored a victory over Antonio Inoki, probably the most iconic and influential wrestler in Japan's history. While teaming with Stan Hansen, another Texas wrestler and future Hall of Famer, he even had encounters with a young Hulk Hogan. Despite his success, Murdoch actually harbored a dark secret that the fans were unaware of. Among his fellow wrestlers, he was known to be a racist bigot who displayed hatred towards minorities, particularly African-American wrestlers.
Now, we ain't gonna make this about a race thing, but you gotta admit, come on now, you gotta admit, you mean to tell me nobody in the good old boys locker room had courage enough to stand up and say something about this? You know what I mean? You are what you attract now. You are what you attract. If you hang around racists and bigots and things of that nature, that makes you one. You know, you are the sum of the 5 people you hang around the most. Understand that, guys. Just understand that.
Rocky Johnson, father of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, once told a story that Murdoch intentionally and repeatedly kicked him for real during a match because of his skin color. Johnson warned Murdoch that if he continued, he would go into business for himself and knock Murdoch out cold. Murdoch ignored the warning and continued hitting him. Johnson then proceeded to knock Murdoch out cold and left him a bloody mess as the match was thrown out. There's also a story of Murdoch taking Dusty Rhodes for a drive and not telling him where they were going. When they finally arrived at their destination, Rhodes was shocked to find that Murdoch had taken him to a Ku Klux Klan meeting. Rhodes, however, politely asked that Murdoch take him home. Indeed, several wrestlers have stated that Dick Murdoch was a card-carrying KKK member. In 2018, Tony Atlas recounted a story in which he and fellow wrestler Tommy Rich were told about an event happening in a local park, saying it was a party that Atlas and Rich should go to because, quote, they'd be the life of the party. When they arrived, Tommy Rich immediately told Atlas to get down and hide. When Atlas got down, he saw that only a few feet away was a KKK member patrolling the area armed with a shotgun. Murdoch had sent Atlas and Rich to a Klan rally as a joke, knowing full well that the two of them could have been seriously injured or even killed. When the two of them told him what had happened, he just laughed, reveling in the fact that he'd made them fear for their lives.
So I would go back dressed like a Dickie. Why are you trying to do this? And he said, well, we didn't think you were going to really go. And it was just a rip.
So was Dick Murdoch actually in the KKK, or was that just a rumor?
No, he was out there. He told me he was. He told me himself. It came straight from his mouth.
Rocky Johnson told us that he was as well, so...
Yeah, well, Dickie didn't hide it. He wasn't ashamed of it.
Murdoch died of a heart attack in 1996 at the age of 49, and since his death, he's never been acknowledged by the WWE, despite the company owning all of the footage of his matches in the US. They tend to avoid bringing up wrestlers with controversy surrounding them, and, naturally, don't want to bring attention to a man who openly flaunted his association with the world's most infamous hate group. There will certainly be people on this list who are worse than Dick Murdoch, but there's no denying that, as an open racist, he was definitely an awful person.
Sad shit right here. This just proves that racism go unchecked in the world of pro wrestling, because they'd rather not mention this man than to check this man when he did the bad behavior. You know what I mean? So that just goes to show you. But sticking to the topic, guys, I know I had to blend in Murdoch because I had to show you are the sum of the 5 people you hang around the most. And Hulk Hogan has always kept these suspect individuals around him. And this is why he's always in some trouble. Hulk Hogan is always in some shit. Hulk Hogan, you gotta fall back, you gotta bump your head, and you got to be more aware of your surroundings. Be more aware of the people you let in your circle, all right? That's all I have, guys. You know what I mean? That's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. If you're new over here, go on and subscribe and hit that like button. Don't forget to check out our other channels, Toxic Ring Scandal, Pink Square Circle, and the Red Carpet Ring, guys. I'll see you guys later.
This is a wreck. He's moving like an uncaged animal.
No lie, he's wild in there.